It was a crisp autumn morning when everything changed. The sky was a clear canvas of blue, the air tinged with the scent of fallen leaves and the promise of a new day. I was driving home from work, the hum of the engine a familiar comfort. My mind wandered through the tasks awaiting me, the mundane worries that often consume our thoughts. Little did I know, those worries would soon be eclipsed by an experience that would forever alter the course of my life. As I navigated the winding road, a sudden noise shattered the tranquility. A screech of tires, the crunch of metal against asphalt. Time seemed to slow as my car skidded uncontrollably, spinning out of control. The impact was immediate and overwhelming, a force that pulled me away from my body and into a darkness I couldn't comprehend, and found myself floating above the wreckage, a silent observer to the chaos that had unfolded moments before. The world below was a blur of twisted metal and shattered glass, but amidst the destruction there was an overwhelming sense of peace. It was as if time itself had paused, allowing me a moment to reflect on the fragility of existence. In that detached state, I felt a presence, a warmth that enveloped me, filling the void with a sense of comfort I had never known. It was a presence both powerful and gentle, radiating a love that transcended understanding. I looked around, searching for the source, and there he was, Jesus, in all his glory, his eyes filled with compassion and wisdom. "Welcome," his voice resonated within me, calm and soothing. "You've been given a glimpse beyond the veil, a chance to see what lies ahead for humanity." I struggled to find words, my heart pounding with a mixture of fear and awe. Why am I here? What is happening? Jesus smiled, his presence reassuring. "You are here because you are needed. The world is at a crossroads, and the choices made today will shape the future of generations to come." As he spoke, images began to form around us, visions of cities teeming with life, advanced technologies that promised convenience and security. At first glance, everything seemed ideal. People were connected in ways never before imagined, their lives seemingly free from the burdens of the past. But as the visions continued, a different reality emerged. The same technologies that brought people together also began to isolate them, creating barriers where once there were bridges. The promise of security morphed into a tool for control, subtle and insidious. I saw the emergence of a system, not a symbol etched upon the skin, but a pervasive network that infiltrated every aspect of life. It started innocently enough: enhanced connectivity, streamlined services, and unprecedented convenience. Yet, beneath the surface, it eroded the very essence of human connection and spiritual awareness. People became dependent on the system, their freedoms curtailed by invisible chains. The allure of progress blinded them to the loss of something far more precious: their connection to the divine. Jesus turned to me, his gaze penetrating yet kind. "These advancements hold great potential, but they also carry significant risks. The Mass is not merely a technological feat. It is a symbol of submission, a choice between convenience and spiritual integrity." I felt a weight settle upon me, the gravity of his words sinking in. What can be done? How can we prepare? He placed a hand on my shoulder, his touch both comforting and empowering. "Preparation begins within. Strengthen your faith, build communities grounded in love and understanding, and cultivate discernment. The path ahead is fraught with challenges, but those who remain steadfast will find protection and guidance." "Ahayo!" I barked. "Oh, I'm fine. I told him no. As the vision faded, I felt myself being gently pulled back to reality. The sounds of emergency sirens pierced the silence, signaling the arrival of help. My body lay broken, but my spirit felt renewed, filled with a sense of purpose I'd never experienced before. Lying there, I reflected on the encounter. The message was clear and profound. Our future is intertwined with the choices we make today. The technological advancements that promise ease and efficiency also carry the potential to distance us from what truly matters. It is a delicate balance, one that requires mindfulness and intentionality. In the days that followed, I grappled with the reality of what I had experienced. The accident could have been the end, but instead it was the beginning of a transformative journey. I felt a deepened sense of empathy, a heightened awareness of the interconnectedness of all things. My perspective shifted from the mundane to the profound, recognizing the unseen threads that bind us to each other and to the divine. I began to seek ways to integrate the lessons learned into my daily life, building stronger connections with those around me, fostering communities of support and understanding, and nurturing my own spiritual practices became paramount. The experience had ignited a desire to not only protect my own faith, but to help others navigate the complexities of the modern world with grace and wisdom. As I embraced this new path, a lingering question remained. How widespread is this awakening? Are others beginning to see the delicate balance between progress and spiritual integrity? The road ahead is uncertain, and the challenges are immense. Yet, the encounter with Jesus instilled in me a sense of hope and determination. I knew that the journey was just beginning, and with each step, the revelations would deepen, guiding me towards a future where faith and humanity coexist harmoniously. Days turned into nights, and my life settled into a new rhythm of introspection and spiritual seeking. Yet the memories of that divine encounter lingered, urging me to delve deeper into the truths I had glimpsed. It was during one quiet evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, that I found myself drawn back into that otherworldly realm. Once again, I felt the gentle pull away from my physical body, ascending into a space where time and reality seemed to meld into a serene stillness. The presence of Jesus was there, more vivid and comforting than before. His eyes held a depth of wisdom that seemed to span eternity, and his voice resonated with the same calm authority. "You are ready to see more," he said, his words flowing like a soothing melody. "Understand the path that lies ahead for humanity." I nodded, a mixture of anticipation and reverence filling my heart. "Show me," I whispered. The world around us began to shift, the scenery transforming into a sprawling metropolis brimming with towering skyscrapers and bustling streets. The air was thick with the hum of advanced technology, hovercars gliding effortlessly above, holographic displays illuminating every corner, and artificial intelligence seamlessly integrated into daily life. At first glance, it was a vision of utopia, a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of progress. Customers seemed to have ground off, able to come to terms with their future. People moved with purpose, their lives seemingly enhanced by the conveniences that technology provided. Communication was instantaneous, and health advancements had eradicated many diseases that once plagued humanity. The sense of community was palpable, yet there was an underlying current of something missing. A spiritual void that no amount of technological advancement could fill. As the vision continued, I observed the subtle ways in which society began to embrace the mark of the beast. It wasn't a sudden, forceful imposition, but a gradual integration into everyday life. At first, it was marketed as an upgrade, a way to enhance personal security, streamline transactions, and customize experiences to an individual's preferences. Advertisements promised a life of unparalleled convenience, biometric payments, personalized healthcare monitoring, and interconnected homes anticipated every need. The mark became synonymous with progress, a symbol of being part of the modern world. People willingly accepted it, drawn by the allure of efficiency and the fear of being left behind. Yet, beneath the surface, the acceptance of the mark began to erode fundamental freedoms. Privacy became a relic of the past, as every action, every transaction was monitored and recorded. The very conveniences that were promised as liberating tools now served as instruments of control. Dissent was stifled subtly through regulations and societal pressures rather than overt oppression. In this vision, I saw individuals increasingly dependent on the system, their autonomy compromised by the very technologies that were meant to empower them. The sense of community I had witnessed earlier was overshadowed by isolation. People were connected digitally, but emotionally distant, their interactions mediated by screens and algorithms. Jesus guided me through these unfolding events, his presence a beacon of clarity amidst the complexity of the visions. "This is the path that many will follow," he explained, his voice imbued with both sorrow and urgency. "The muck offers convenience and security, but at the cost of spiritual integrity and true freedom." I felt a pang of fear, the weight of the impending consequences pressing heavily upon me. "What happens to those who accept it?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. He paused, allowing the gravity of the situation to settle between us. "Those who embrace the mark without discernment will find themselves ensnared in a web of dependency and control. Their connection to the divine will weaken, and their ability to discern truth from deception will diminish. The essence of their humanity will be compromised." Despite the bleakness of the vision, there was a glimmer of hope, a reminder that all is not lost. Amidst the sprawling cities and technological marvels, small pockets of resistance began to form, communities that valued spiritual connection over convenience, individuals who chose faith over ease, and leaders who advocated for balance and discernment. These groups faced immense challenges, often ostracized or misunderstood by the mainstream society, yet their resilience and unwavering faith served as a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit. They were the beacons of light in a world increasingly shrouded in shadows, embodying the very principles that would counteract the pervasive influence of the mark. As the vision drew to a close, Jesus turned to me, his eyes reflecting both the sorrow of witnessing humanity's potential downfall and the hope inherent in those who choose to resist. "The choices you make and the lives you lead can influence the path of many. Embrace the lessons you have learnt and be a source of light in the darkness." I felt a renewed sense of purpose, understanding that my journey was not just for personal transformation, but for the collective awakening of those around me. The revelations had deepened my commitment to fostering spiritual awareness, building strong communities and cultivating discernment in the face of enticing yet deceptive advancements. As I returned to my physical form, the reality of my visions pressed upon me with undeniable clarity. The path forward was fraught with challenges, but the knowledge I had gained provided a roadmap for navigating the complexities ahead. I felt a profound sense of responsibility, tempered by the hope that faith and community could prevail against the tide of technological encroachment. Sitting in the quiet of my living room, the weight of the revelations settled in. The road ahead was uncertain, the future a tapestry of both promise and peril. Yet within me burned a steadfast resolve to uphold the spiritual truths I had been entrusted with, to guide others towards a balanced and faithful existence amidst the rapid march of progress. As I pondered the intricate balance between advancement and spiritual integrity, a lingering doubt whispered in the back of my mind. How many others would heed these warnings? Would the seeds of resistance take root in time, or would the allure of convenience prove too strong to overcome? The answers remained shrouded in the mists of the future. But the journey had only just begun. The visions had ignited a spark, and with each passing day, the revelations would continue to unfold, guiding me deeper into the truths that awaited. Weeks had passed since my first encounter, and each day brought a deeper understanding of the visions I had witnessed. The initial shock of the near-death experience had given way to a profound sense of purpose, guiding me to seek further revelations. One evening, as twilight softened the edges of the day, I felt the familiar pull, drawing me once again into that serene, otherworldly realm. Jesus awaited me, his presence as comforting and authoritative as before. His eyes held a gentle sorrow, and his voice carried the weight of countless truths yet to be unveiled. You are ready to understand the nature of the deception that will unfold, he began, his tone both compassionate and grave. The mark of the beast will not be recognized by many as a threat until its subtlety has already taken hold. As he spoke, the surroundings began to shift, revealing a world not unlike our own, yet tinged with an unsettling undercurrent. Cities gleamed with the latest technological advancements, smart devices seamlessly integrated into every facet of life, from personal assistants that anticipated needs to environments optimized for comfort and efficiency. The promise of a utopian existence was palpable, yet there was an undeniable sense of something missing. Observe how the mark is introduced, Jesus instructed, his voice a steady guide through the unfolding scene. It begins as an enhancement, a tool designed to simplify and secure lives. People are drawn to its benefits, unaware of the deeper implications. I watched as the mark was presented to society not as a symbol of control, but as an upgrade. A biometric system that streamlined transactions, personalized experiences, and ensured safety. Advertisements highlighted its convenience, instant payments, tailored healthcare, and interconnected homes that responded to every command. The allure was undeniable, catering to the innate human desire for ease and improvement. People embraced the mark with enthusiasm, their trust placed in the hands of those promising progress and security. Friends and families discussed its advantages over coffee, colleagues debated its integration in the workplace, and governments touted its role in maintaining order. The mark became synonymous with advancement, a badge of participation in the modern age. Yet, beneath the surface of this enthusiastic adoption lay a gradual erosion of autonomy. Personal data, once private and protected, became accessible and manipulable. Decisions that were once made independently were now influenced by algorithms and artificial intelligence, subtly guiding behavior and preferences. The convenience that was so eagerly embraced began to reshape the very fabric of society, inching it closer to a state of control, uniformity. The deception is not in overt coercion, Jesus explained, his gaze unwavering. It lies in the incremental surrender of freedom, masked by the promise of progress. People willingly trade their privacy and autonomy for the conveniences they desire. I observed as the mark's presence became increasingly pervasive, integrated into every aspect of daily life. Social interactions were mediated by technology, fostering connections that were shallow yet ubiquitous. The sense of community I had seen in my initial vision seemed to transform into a digital facade where genuine relationships were overshadowed by virtual engagements. The true nature of the mark began to reveal itself in these subtle shifts. Freedom of thought and expression, once cherished, became constrained by the very systems designed to protect and enhance. The ease of access to information was curtailed by curated content, shaping perceptions and limiting dissent. The mark, once a symbol of unity and advancement, now served as a tool of subtle control, guiding humanity down a path of dependency and spiritual disconnection. As the visions progressed, I witnessed the profound impact on individual faith. Communities that once gathered in spiritual fellowship found themselves distracted by the allure of technological marvels. The practices that nurtured their souls were overshadowed by the demands of an increasingly automated and interconnected world. Faith became a personal refuge, a sanctuary from the pervasive influence of the mark, yet it was also a source of tension and division. People were faced with choices that tested the very foundation of their beliefs. Accepting the mark meant embracing a life of convenience at the expense of spiritual integrity. Resisting it often led to isolation and misunderstanding. As society began to view such resistance as outdated or impractical, the internal struggle between embracing progress and maintaining faith created a silent battle within the hearts of many. Jesus guided me through these scenes, his presence a beacon of clarity amidst the confusion. The mark's true power lies in its ability to deceive through subtlety. It appeals to the desires of the heart, making it difficult to discern its true nature until it is deeply ingrained. I felt a surge of empathy for those caught in this struggle, their faith tested by the very advancements meant to uplift them. How can one maintain discernment in such a world? I asked, the question lingering in the sacred space between us. He smiled, a mixture of compassion and hope in his eyes. Through constant reflection and reliance on spiritual truths, strengthen your connection to the divine, seek wisdom in community, and remain vigilant against the allure of unchecked progress. Discernment is a gift that must be nurtured, especially in times of great change. As the vision drew to a close, I felt the weight of the deception that lay ahead. The path was fraught with challenges, each step a test of faith and resilience. Yet, amidst the darkness, there was a thread of hope, a reminder that those who remained steadfast in their beliefs would find strength and guidance. Returning to my physical form, the reality of the revelation settled upon me like a heavy mantle. The subtlety of the mark's deception required a different kind of vigilance, one that was rooted in spiritual awareness and community support. The journey was no longer just about personal transformation, but about fostering a collective resilience against the insidious erosion of freedom and faith. Sitting quietly in the stillness of my living room, I pondered the delicate balance between embracing progress and maintaining spiritual integrity. The deception of the mark was not a blatant assault, but a gradual infiltration, making resistance seem unnecessary or even counterproductive. How could one navigate such a labyrinth of subtle control without losing sight of what truly matters? A lingering sense of uncertainty mingled with determination. The visions had unveiled the depths of the challenge, yet they also illuminated a path of hope through faith and community. The journey ahead was unclear, the future a tapestry woven with both promise and peril. But within me burned a steadfast resolve to uphold the spiritual truths I had been entrusted with, to remain a source of light in a world increasingly shrouded in shadows. The weeks following my second encounter were a tapestry of introspection and intentional living. Each day, I felt a deeper connection to the lessons unveiled in my visions, a silent urging to align my life with the truths I had been shown. One serene morning, as the first light of dawn filtered through my window, I felt the familiar pull once more, drawing me into that sacred space where time seemed to stand still. Jesus awaited me, his presence as comforting and profound as ever. His eyes sparkled with gentle encouragement, and his voice carried the warmth of unwavering support. "You have seen the path that lies ahead," he began, his tone both soothing and resolute. "Now, it is time to prepare, both spiritually and practically, for the journey that awaits you and those around you." Ai Wei. As he spoke, the surroundings transformed into a tranquil garden, the air rich with the scent of blooming flowers and the gentle sound of flowing water. It was a place of peace, where every element seemed to breathe with life and purpose. Spiritual growth is the foundation upon which all preparedness is built, Jesus continued, his voice blending harmoniously with the natural symphony around us. Nurture your faith daily through prayer, meditation, and reflection. Let your connection to the divine be the anchor that holds you steady amidst the storms of change. I felt a profound sense of calm wash over me, the truth of his words resonating deeply within my soul. How can I deepen this connection? I asked, seeking guidance. Engage in practices that foster inner peace and understanding, he replied gently. Read sacred texts, seek wisdom from those who walk the path of faith, and embrace moments of silence where you can listen to the whispers of your heart. Let your faith be a living, breathing part of your existence, guiding your actions and decisions. The garden began to dissolve, and we found ourselves in a vibrant community centre filled with people of diverse backgrounds, all united by a shared sense of purpose and faith. The air was alive with the sounds of conversation, laughter, and the harmonious blending of different languages and cultures. Building a strong, supportive community is essential, Jesus emphasized, his gaze sweeping across the gathered individuals. In times of challenge, it is the bonds we form with others that provide strength and resilience. Create spaces where people can come together to share their burdens, celebrate their joys, and support one another in their spiritual journeys. Actually, all this reminds me of two. I watched as people connected with genuine warmth, forming bonds that transcended superficial differences. How can I contribute to this? I inquired, feeling a desire to actively participate. Be a beacon of love and understanding, he encouraged. Reach out to those around you, offer a listening ear, and foster an environment where everyone feels valued and heard. Encourage the growth of small groups, support systems, and communal activities that strengthen the ties that bind you together. The scene shifted once more, revealing a homestead nestled in the heart of nature. The sun shone brightly, illuminating fields of thriving crops and sturdy structures designed for self-sufficiency. The air was filled with the sounds of diligent work and harmonious living. Practical preparation complements spiritual readiness, Jesus explained, his voice steady and reassuring. Develop skills that ensure your self-sufficiency and the well-being of your community. Learn to grow your own food, preserve resources, and create sustainable living environments. These skills will provide a foundation of stability when external systems falter, he said. I felt a surge of determination, understanding the importance of balancing spiritual and practical aspects of preparation. Where should I begin? I asked, eager to take the first steps. Start with the basics, he advised. Educate yourself on sustainable living practices, engage in community projects, and share your knowledge with others. Building a network of like-minded individuals will create a resilient support system capable of weathering the challenges ahead. As the vision continued, I saw myself speaking to small groups, sharing the insights and guidance I had received, faces lit up with understanding and hope, as others embraced the call to spiritual and practical preparedness. Your journey is not meant to be solitary, Jesus affirmed, his presence radiating encouragement. Share the lessons you have learned with others. Be a source of inspiration and support, guiding those who seek to strengthen their faith and build resilient communities. I felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that my experiences could help others navigate the complexities of the future. But how can I reach those who may be resistant or unaware? I pondered aloud. Lead by example, he replied thoughtfully. Demonstrate the harmony that comes from balancing faith and practicality. Let your actions speak louder than words, showing others the benefits of spiritual growth and community building. Patience and compassion will be your allies in this endeavor. As the vision began to fade, I felt a profound transformation within me. The weight of responsibility was tempered by a sense of hope and empowerment. The path forward was clear. Cultivate my own spiritual growth, build and nurture a supportive community, and develop practical skills that ensure resilience. Returning to my physical form, the morning sun greeted me with renewed brightness. The lessons from my divine encounters were etched into my heart, guiding me with a quiet strength. I felt a deep sense of peace, knowing that I was not alone on this journey. The insights I had gained were not just for my benefit, but were meant to ripple outward, touching the lives of those around me. Sitting in the tranquility of my living room, I reflected on the profound teachings I had received. The balance between spiritual and practical preparedness was delicate yet essential, a harmonious blend that would sustain me and my community through the uncertainties ahead. Yet a lingering question remained. How would others respond to this call for balance? Would they embrace the path of faith and resilience, or would the instinctive allure lead them astray? And when I looked out, the answers were yet to unfold, and the journey was far from over. With each passing day, The need for spiritual and practical readiness became more apparent, guiding me to take deliberate steps towards a future where faith and community stood as pillars of strength against the tide of deception and control. The gentle pull toward the divine realm came one last time, carrying with it a sense of finality and purpose. As I closed my eyes, I felt myself leaving the constraints of the physical world, ascending into a space where peace and clarity reigned. Jesus awaited me, his presence radiant with love and authority, as if this final encounter was the culmination of all that had come before. And what depressing. You have seen the trials that lie ahead, he began, his voice steady and filled with compassion. But now, you must understand the promise that remains, even in the darkest of times. I felt a deep yearning in my heart, eager for the clarity and hope that only he could provide. Is there still a chance for redemption, for revival? I asked, my voice a whisper in the sacred stillness. Jesus smiled gently, his expression imbued with both sorrow and boundless hope. There is always hope, even in the face of the greatest challenges. The light of salvation can never be extinguished. The scene shifted, and I saw a vision of the future, one darker than anything I had witnessed before. The cities I had once seen bustling with life and progress were now shadowed by control and fear. The mark of the beast had become a part of daily existence, its presence woven into the fabric of society. Freedom was but a distant memory, replaced by a silent, pervasive conformity. People wandered through their lives disconnected, their spirits dulled by the weight of a world that had traded faith for convenience. The sense of isolation was palpable, a stark contrast to the vibrant communities of old. The promises of technological progress had led humanity into a spiritual wasteland. Yet, even amidst this darkness, I saw flickers of light. Small groups of individuals gathered in secret, their hearts united by faith and resilience. They prayed, shared wisdom, and supported one another, their strengths defying the oppressive weight of the world around them. It was a testament to the enduring power of faith, a reminder that even the smallest flame could illuminate the darkest night. Jesus turned to me, his eyes filled with compassion and hope. The darkness you see is not the end. There will be those who rise above it, who reject the path of deception and choose instead the light of truth. Revival will come, but it will require faith, courage, and perseverance. The vision shifted once more, revealing scenes of renewal and restoration. Communities began to grow stronger, their foundations built on love, trust, and a shared commitment to faith. People rediscovered the power of connection, finding solace and strength in one another. The light of revival spread like ripples across a still pond, touching hearts and minds in ways that no amount of control could suppress. Even as the world grows darker, there will always be those who seek the truth, Jesus continued. Their efforts, no matter how small, will sow the seeds of change. It is through these acts of faith and love that humanity will find its way back to the divine. I felt a deep stirring within me, a sense of urgency tempered by hope. What can I do to help? I asked, my voice filled with determination. Jesus placed a hand on my shoulder, his touch both comforting and empowering. Live as an example of faith and love. Share the truths you have learned and encourage others to seek the light within themselves. Build communities that prioritize connection and compassion and help others prepare for the challenges ahead. Remember, even the smallest act of kindness can have a profound impact. His words resonated deeply, planting a seed of purpose within my heart. I understood that my role was not to force change, but to inspire it, to be a source of hope and guidance for those willing to listen. Will it be enough? I asked, a hint of doubt creeping into my voice. Even one soul saved is worth the effort, he replied with a serene confidence, and through your actions, you may inspire many more than you realize. As the vision began to fade, Jesus spoke one final message, his voice imbued with love and authority. Do not despair when the world seems overwhelming. Trust in the divine plan and know that you are never alone. The light within you is stronger than any darkness, and through faith you will find the strength to overcome. Share this hope with others, and together you will build a future that reflects the beauty of the divine. His words lingered in the air, wrapping around me like a warm embrace. I felt a profound sense of peace, a certainty that even in the face of the greatest challenges, there was always the possibility of revival and salvation. As the vision dissolved completely, I felt myself returning to my physical body. My senses reawakened, and the familiar weight of the world settled upon me once more. Yet I was not the same. The revelations and guidance I had received had transformed me, filling me with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. I opened my eyes to the soft glow of morning light streaming through my window. The world outside looked unchanged, but I knew that within me, everything was different. The mission was clear: to live a life of faith, to build connections that foster hope and resilience, and to share the truths I had been entrusted with. In the days that followed, I began to act on the lessons I had learned. I sought out opportunities to connect with others, to create spaces where faith and community could flourish. The challenges ahead no longer felt insurmountable. Instead, they became opportunities to grow and strengthen my resolve. Though the journey was far from over, I felt a profound sense of peace, knowing that I was part of something greater. The darkness of the world could never overshadow the light of hope and faith that burned within me. With each step, I carried the final message in my heart, a guiding beacon that illuminated the path ahead. As I sat quietly one evening, reflecting on the journey I had undertaken, a thought came to mind. The future is not set in stone. It is shaped by the choices we make, the connections we nurture, and the faith we carry in our hearts. While the road ahead may be fraught with challenges, it is also filled with endless possibilities for revival and salvation. And so I embraced the mission with gratitude and determination, knowing that through faith, love, and resilience, a brighter future could be built, not just for myself, but for all who chose to walk the path of light.